right at the end of Parshat Matos is embedded a story that is oftentimes overlooked, but actually is a pretty huge drama. It's at the end of Perek Lamed Beis. Take a look at these psukim. V'Yair ben Menashe halach. Yair, the son of Menashe, went. Vayilkud es Chavoseim, and he conquered their villages. Vayikra esen Chavos Yair, and he called them Chavos Yair. V'Novach halach, and Novach went. Vayilkud es Kanas v'Espenoseh, and he went and conquered Kanas and its surrounding villages. Vayikra la Novach v'Shmo, and he called it Novach after his name. Now, if you look through Tanakh and you try to find Chavas Yair, you'll find this name of this place in Devarim and Shoftim and Divrei Yamim. But if you go through Tanakh and try to find Novach, it's nowhere to be seen. Parshat Matos is the only time that it says Novach, that he conquered this village and called it after his name. Why is it that one place has longevity and one place doesn't? Rabbi Shimon Schwab has a beautiful answer to this question. Rabbi Schwab says that a human being is composed of a body and a soul, a guf and a neshama. And we get to choose how we define ourselves. When we look at ourselves, do we look at ourselves as our body or as our soul? Now, Rabbi Schwab says that under the category of body could be our parnasa, our livelihood, our occupation. Do you identify yourself with your occupation? Or ultimately in your mind, you know that your occupation is an important thing to take care of your family, to be able to make sure that you have your needs taken care of, but ultimately you identify yourself with your neshama, your soul. If you look at Novach, Novach conquers this village. He names the village after himself. It's as if Novach is saying, I am my property. And ultimately, you don't hear of Novach anymore. You don't hear of that place. Because he identified himself with something finite, and it doesn't last forever. But Chavas Yair, he conquered villages, and he says, I conquered these villages, they're the villages of Yair, but he doesn't identify himself with his possessions. And that's a chiluk, that's a differentiation that we have to make. Oftentimes in our pursuit to take care of our families, to make sure that we have secure homes, we can lose ourselves in our occupation. And we can misprioritize as we lose ourselves and try being successful in the workforce. Look at Gad and Reuven. They make the same mistake in this week's Parsha. They go to Moshe Rabbeinu and say, we want to live at the other side of the Yarden. And it'll be a great place for our sheep and for our children. And Moshe Rabbeinu, after giving them permission and saying, okay, if you're going to go ahead and fight with Bnei Yisrael to conquer the land of Israel, we'll let you live there. But remember, the priority is not your sheep and your children, but your children and your sheep. You make sure to change the order. I want to give everyone a bracha listening that we should be able to strike that balance between the body and the soul. Whatever Hashem gives us, we should be able to imbue it with Kedusha, and we should share that with our families. This Shabbos, we should just have this feeling where we take a step back and say, wow, look at everything that Hashem has given me. Whatever Hashem has given me, thank you. And to share that with our family and have that experience of godliness in our homes with the right priorities in mind. This should be an unbelievable Shabbos for you and your family.